Hello everyone, it is Julie. Welcome back to another daily plan with me. I didn't get to do one of these last week, so I'm really excited to jump in and share with you guys my planning process for this Friday actually is what I'm going to be filming for. So a lot has changed in my world, as you can probably see in this spread. I actually just accepted a new job at a new company, all kinds of fun things. I'm not going to get too much into that because, you know, boundaries. But anyway, I have been loving my setup lately for this planner. Like, it is just, I'm loving it. And the main thing is using these clean color dot markers, and I think I have all of mine with me, and I will leave a link to this pouch. I just shared it on my Instagram yesterday. These are the Zig clean color dot markers. I'm sure that you have seen these everywhere. I actually bought this original pack of markers like back in July or August. Used them for a little bit. I feel like I've left some colors behind. And then kind of just put them to the side because I use my mad liners a lot, like in my Moxie Life planner, things like that. So I just didn't pull them back out. And then I started using them recently, like just here and there, not a whole lot. And I fell right back in love with them. I've shared these before. I also purchased some additional colors, but keep an eye out for a haul video that I will be posting next week on my channel that will include more colors and more variations of the Zig clean color dot markers. And the unique thing about these is that they have this dot and almost reminds me of a very tiny bingo marker. And then they have a very, to me, it's fine tip pen marker on the other side, sort of, if my camera would just, you know, try to focus for 5 seconds. But it's just a tip. It's fairly fine. To me, it's more like a 0.5. I guess if you press hard enough, it could be like a 0.7. I feel like there are a lot of colors, and I don't have all of my mouth liners within arm's reach, but there are a lot of colors that match. And I have a page in a notebook where I keep swatches of things, and I don't have it in arm's reach, but I will share it probably in the haul video coming up next week. So this is what I have been loving. I'm typically using one color per day for the dots. This is my Plum paper daily. I do have an Erin Condren coil on here, so no, you cannot get a gold coil from Plum paper. But this is how I've kind of been doing it. I forgot to check some things off yesterday, but I break my to-do list on the side here into categories. So typically like in threes, if possible, and that's where I put my to-do list. On the left-hand side is my schedule. This bottom part here, I didn't even check off anything yesterday, although I did a lot. This side is all for business. Top three are just my top three. They're usually just the same. I've really been loving the color that I used today though, and this color is Ocean. I love this. You can buy these from Jet Pens like individually or by the set. I haven't seen them individually on Amazon, but you can get them in the packs from Amazon as well. So let's move to Friday because that is the day that we are planning. So what I typically do is I will put down my dots first. I don't know why I do it that way, but it's just how I do it. So you don't have to use the dots. I just like the dots. So tomorrow will be full of a variety of errands because I am not working tomorrow. I actually have a vehicle service for my car and a follow-up appointment for my cardiac ablation that I had back in December. Was it back in December? It feels so long ago. And I'm probably going to fill up this entire section with these dots. They legit make the perfect dots. Like, you're gonna want to throw away like all your dot stickers. Shop owners, do not come for me, but like it's just like it does kind of take the place of those. You wouldn't have to carry sheets of stickers around. So something that I have been doing differently with this shaded box here is I have been putting new habits. So 3 new habits. The Daily Delete. If you follow The Lazy Genius and listen to her podcast, she had an episode a while back where she talked about the Daily Delete with reference to photos on her phone and how she would just kind of clear her phone. I don't think it was 100%, but she would clear out the pictures in her phone every day. And that just kind of kept things a little bit more tidy on her phone. And that is something I have really been wanting to do because I have like thousands of pictures on my phone. The other thing was listening to a podcast every day. I have switched up from listening to music during my commute to a podcast. Also have been listening to the Lazy Genius Way and the Planners and Wine podcast. I adore Megan and Myra so much. I highly recommend both of those. And it's just cool because they're part of our planning community. So I really enjoy listening to their podcasts and all the guests that they have on there. So that's what I've been listening to. And then the one pick is basically like taking one pick a day, which kind of sounds counteractive to the daily delete, but one pick that kind of represents the day, something good, a picture outside, just something like that to sort of have for memory keeping later on that I can use. All right, so let's start the day off. So my top three pretty much going to be the same, and it will be medication, my vitamins, and tomorrow we might focus on working out, like maybe going on a walk if it's nice enough outside. That would be nice. So I guess we'll put workout. And the pen that I am using is the Papermate Flare. I have been obsessed with this pen in my Plum paper. It is not the perfect pen for the Plum paper. Let me just say that. Not the perfect pen. It does need a little bit of drying time, but if you're not, it's okay if you're not a lefty and if you're not going to constantly keep writing over where you just wrote because you will smear this. Give it a second, right? Go write somewhere else in your planner and it'll work just fine. All right, so my schedule will be a little bit different tomorrow because like I said, I am off from work tomorrow. So I don't think I'm going to do a 4:30 wake up. I might do 6 o'clock, which is amazing for me. I'm excited for a little bit of sleeping in. So I'm going to put AM routine. And I've kind of gone over what my AM routine is in the past, you know, essentially getting up, brushing my teeth, washing my face, letting my dogs out, feeding my dogs, having my coffee, reading the Daily Stoic, which I absolutely love, catching up on some news, scrolling through my phone for a minute or two, and then getting dressed and ready for work. So it's really not a complicated morning routine, which is why I haven't done a morning routine video. Also, side note, apparently I'm very chatty today. You know why I don't like doing morning routine videos? Because everyone's morning routine is specifically for them. They can be so personal, right? So I have a hard time with videos where people are trying to tell you what you should include in your morning routine. Like, you don't know my life. You know, I'm going to do whatever I want. But I also, part of me, enjoy those videos because I can pull, you know, 1 or 2 tasks from a morning routine video that might interest me, that I could see could benefit my morning routine. But really, take those morning routine videos with a grain of salt, right? You, do what works for you. All right, now that I've talked way too much. So at 7:30, I have to drop my car off at the dealership. That has been put off for way too long. Also, it's really hard for me to write and talk at the same time. So, okay. Then at 9 o'clock, I have my cardiology appointment. Kind of looking forward to that. And yes, I just had to sound out the word cardiology. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm having an ECG tomorrow. I really don't. I would be interested in having one, but I don't know if that's something that they're going to do. And that's kind of like a ultrasound of your heart. It's quite interesting to see it up on the screen. So, all right, things for tomorrow for business. And typically, just a little tip, if you're going to use the Papermate Flare, what I do is I focus on writing on one half of my planner because, like I said, it needs time to dry. And then I will move to the other side, typically from left to right. If you start writing on your right and then you come to the left, your hand is going to rub on that ink. And, you know, whatever moisture you have on your hand, if the ink hasn't fully dried, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have issues. I'm just saying. So I don't really have anything else to put for my schedule for tomorrow, but for business, I would like to share this video that you are watching right at this moment. What else? I need to answer some emails. I'm a few days behind, which I do not care for. I like to go through my comments on Instagram if I manage to get a post up, and go through my messages. If you've ever messaged me on Instagram, then you will probably notice that I always reply, even if it's just with the heart. It's just a thing I have. I will respond to everyone. Okay. Comments and messages. There was something else that I needed to work on, and that is just some pictures. Sometimes I do take pictures in advance, sometimes I don't. I wing it. It just totally depends. I didn't really get to take any pictures in advance for this week, so I haven't actually posted quite as much. The other thing that I have been working on is my media kit. I need to update it with any information, brand deals, collabs, all that stuff that I put on there. Let's see. And oh, I didn't do my February analytics. I was a little distracted yesterday by my amazing job offer. So a lot of things just kind of didn't happen. All right, that will be it for now. I'm sure I will think of one other thing. All right, now let's start up here. I did some laundry that went in the dryer this morning. I'm probably not going to get to it tonight, so we're going to put up laundry as far as chores go. And then there were a few other things. This is the part where I'm always like, I need like 15 minutes to really think about what it is that I need to do. All right, I do have some meal planning things that I need to do. So we're going to put these 3 dots focused on meal planning. So we're going to do a little quick food inventory tomorrow. I have found that that helps me out with meal planning, and sometimes just looking at what is in the pantry and the fridge can really help me come up with meal ideas with things that we already have, instead of buying more food and essentially probably not cooking with that food either. Let's face it, we've all had those moments. And then I'm going to start working on my meal plan and at least start my grocery order. That would be great, because last week I went into the grocery store and I was like, who are all of these people? Why are there so many people here? You know, I just wasn't prepared for that many people. Like, I had to circle the parking lot 3 times and seriously thought about just turning around and going back home, because I was like, this is too many people. Okay, I didn't work on our calendar, our family calendar, so I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. We do use a digital calendar for our family because I cannot get the rest of my family to use a paper planner, and obviously we can't reference one another's paper planners when we're all going in 4 different directions. So we're going to focus on that, and then I always need to look back and see, what did I not get done? I want to work on, and this is kind of going to merge into that category, but it's computer stuff. So I want to work on updating my kit spreadsheet, and I mentioned this in a video earlier in the week that Taylor from Tattooed Teacher Plans, and I will put her name right about here, she has an amazing spreadsheet that she shared, and it basically gives you a nice space to plan out your kits for the year. You totally don't have to do that. It's something that I'm interested in because I have noticed that I just have way too many kits that I've purchased over the years, and then I don't use them. And really for 2021, I want to use what I have and not just keep mindlessly ordering kits that I don't need, because right now, looking at what I have, I probably don't need to buy another damn thing till 2022. Okay, so that is done. I'm just gonna leave those spaces for things that I might think of between now and tomorrow, and I want to put in my new habits. I have found this to be helpful, just to give it a space, give it a place in my planner, so that if you know, I pay attention to it in my planner and actually check it off, be intentional about doing it, maybe it could actually be a part of my AM or PM routine, which I could totally see this daily delete being part of my PM routine for sure. The one podcast can definitely get that done tomorrow on the way to the dealership. And then, oh yeah, one picture. That should be pretty easy. And yeah, I think that that is it. I love this, you guys. I've been sharing pictures on my Instagram. I'm really, really loving using this daily planner. I'm loving that I grabbed the dot markers and just started using them in here. They just make it a little bit more fun. I don't necessarily use stickers in here. I have in the past, and I'm not completely against it. Like, I think I used them for Valentine's week, and this just wasn't my jam. It's just not right now, right? I don't ever want to say that I won't ever use stickers. Like here I used a few Chrissy Ann Designs ones, but I don't pack stickers with me. I'm typically filling this out in the morning at work. Sometimes I do it the night before, or like when I'm doing this plan with me. So that is it for this daily plan with me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, feel free to ask down below in the comments. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're already subscribed, make sure that you go ahead and click that red notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.